Hi everyone, so this video is going to be a tutorial, sort of artistic adventure with me. I'm completely inspired by a face chart that I saw on Instagram. I will leave the link down below. The artist is, let me just look this up, is Bambiborg, B-A-M-B-I-B-O-R-G on Instagram. Again, I'm not going to include the image right here, but I will include the thing down below, just in case, you know, the artist doesn't want it up and whatever. I don't know why it's on Instagram, but just in case, so be sure to check that out if you guys want to see the original picture. So a couple people have been creating some of the other face charts that this artist has done, and this is just the one that I didn't see anyone really do yet, so I decided to, I don't know, maybe do it first, who knows. It's cool to sort of turn 2D art into 3D art on the face, and that's kind of what face charts are for, right? Like, a lot of people put face charts up and then they're like, okay, here you go, and it kind of disappears. Whereas I like looking at face charts and then turning it into an actual face makeup. So this is going to be the beginning of a series. I'm not sure if it's going to be every Friday or every other Friday or maybe once a month, but it's going to be called Face Charts Friday. You guys can see here I have a lot of different things that I'm inspired by, and I always like to screen cap them when I'm on Instagram. Be sure to keep your, you know, the name of the artist and stuff so I can go back and reference it. But I see these amazing face charts and it just inspired me to start to do recreations of them. It definitely is a random video, but it's fun, and if you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. This is kind of bringing it back to my roots. I've been doing a lot of wearable looks and stuff, and this is the kind of makeup that I really enjoy doing. So please let me know if you guys like it. I really hope you do, and yeah, so if you guys want to know how to do it, then just stay tuned. Okay, so to start off this look, the base of the face chart, from what I can tell, is just kind of a sort of whitish gray kind of color. So then I've just mixed together this kind of mixture. I'm going to just apply it, just whatever's on this brush, and then the rest of it I'm going to kind of take with my finger, dot it around, and I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to blend that out. And this is going to go right on top of my eyebrows as well. And then just to make things a little bit more whiter through my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with just NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk, and I'm just going to sort of brush this over my eyebrows lightly. So then once I have the base on, the next thing, I'm just going to set this. For that, I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into, what am I going to use here? I'm going to go into Sugar Pills Taco, and then I'm just going to lightly brush this over top of this, just to kind of set, because it was a water base, but it still has some cream in it because I mixed it with the foundation. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the contouring around the face, and the contouring is sort of like a grayish kind of color. There's not really any sort of natural skin color about this. It's a little bit brownie based, but it's not anything too major. So for that, I'm going to just use a gray eyeshadow. Any sort of neutral brownie gray would work great for this. So just letting you know, if you guys are curious to see the original image, I will have it linked down below. So there was a little bit of contouring around the forehead area, and then I am going to go in and just do my normal cheek contour. And then this does sort of circle into the cheek, so I am just going to lightly bring that sort of under in that cheek area. For some reason, my contour on this side always looks better. Then there is some shading just sort of towards the jawline, so I am going to do that, around the edge of the face chart, I should say. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that same color, and I'm going to start to go into the eye along the side of the nose as well. And I am going to make this pretty dramatic just because it is very, very dramatic on the makeup look. Now we are going to definitely darken this up a bit, but for now I'm just going to kind of start by putting that gray color into the round shape of the eye. The next part of this look, before we get into applying the yellow spots and stuff, is we want to start doing the freckles. Now I am actually going to mix just a gray color from using white cream makeup and black, and I'm going to use an actual watercolor brush and just kind of dot on my freckles. I don't really have a good freckle tool, brush, sponge, whatever. There's a lot of videos up on how to make freckles. It's a really sort of popular thing that's going around right now, but this is just what I'm going to take and what I'm going to use, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So be it. And I like using these sort of water-based paints for this kind of thing because as you run out of product, the colors start to get lighter, making different shades of freckles as you go. So obviously I can go in with like the beauty blender that I used and just kind of lighten them up. So it kind of makes them a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just kind of do this all over the face. Next up, I'm going to be adding in the darker color. So for that, I'm using Bulletproof eyeshadow from Sugar Pill, and I'm just going to take this on like a 217, tap this off, and I'm going to start working in the eye shapes. So the one eye is going to be, this one is going to be the yellow one. This one is going to be just kind of a black smoky eye. So I'm going to start on this eye first and sort of just work in that shape. And this does not have to be perfect because we are applying water sort of color around it after anyway. So just as long as you kind of create sort of a roundish shape with this. And I like to just sort of bunch my eye and get that right in there, because from what I can tell there's a little bit of light under here. And then this eye, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to keep it a little bit more compact because we are going to go over with a yellow box, so it's not as dark on the inner side on this eye. Okay, so then once you're sort of done shaping out the eyes, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start to work on making the sort of watercolor drips on the one eye. So again, I'm just using a mix of white and black water-based paint, and I'm going to start to use that. Again, I'm finding it really easy just to use a watercolor style brush to do this, because it's kind of meant to do that. Also, water-based is very important so that you create that watercolor look. Kind of goes up like that a little bit. How well you can see that. And then it kind of just sort of balls under here, and I am going to just take some water-based, have a dish of water, and I am just going to let that sort of drip down and pool. Sort of guiding it as to where it is. And then it's just going to also sort of blend out this way as well. And I feel like almost a little bit of that comes in this way as well, just so that it's almost tied like sort of right around there. Alright, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. The next thing that I'm going to do though is I'm going to focus on doing the yellow blocks, and that's the really sort of neat part about this, is the yellow. So for this I'm going to be taking Butter Cupcake eyeshadow from Sugar Pill, which is like the perfect yellow color for this, I feel. And then this is going to be neat because I'm going to use just an angle brush to sort of map this out first. I'm going to load that brush up with this color, and it is done in kind of just like a perfect square. So I'm just going to map out where that is. And it kind of goes over the eyebrow here. And this is one of those things that taking a look at a reference picture is going to be very, really important. And then also just taking a look in the mirror. Like sort of stepping back in realizing, like, does this look like a square, and then fixing up the lines. It's hard to make square shapes on a 2D surface or 3D surface. So once I sort of have the shape sort of mapped out, I'm gonna just take a paddle brush. I'm using this one from Sugar Pill. I'm going to go into that color and I am going to apply it, because you're applying it kind of over top of what you already have applied. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that is your first square finished. The next thing you want to do is to focus on doing the mouth. It's basically a sort of overdrawn black line and sort of a line down here with some shadow. So I'm just going to use just black face paint. Get this on a brush, like nice detail brush, and I am going to do the line for the lips. So I'm just going to take the same bulletproof eyeshadow, or the same black matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to dust sort of onto the bottom lip, as well onto sort of the upper lip as well. So okay, so once the lips are done and you look like a complete crazy person, the next thing to do is to just take the yellow again, take a look at the face chart, and then figure out where it sort of goes. So this is really the kind of interesting part. It kind of goes from a little bit past the nose, all the way down to through the top lip, and like halfway through the second lip. And then this is gonna go, this line's gonna go over. And then all the way up. Hopefully you can see from face on, it is going to look like a square, hopefully. And then I'm just going to fill that in. And I'm patting the color over it, not blending it. Because in the picture you can see through the yellow. And then the last one is sort of on the opposite side of the lip, a little lower, and then this one doesn't make a full square. So it goes down here and over. But then this one you fill in, but you don't go through the lip. That's just what it looks like, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then that's basically it for the look. Now is sort of the time that I'm gonna go back and darken up anything that I find isn't sort of dark enough. Being sure to really add in the details that are in the face chart. And yeah. Okay, so I've just went ahead and finished up the look. I added a little bit of black eyeliner to my waterline and also darkened up the nose a little bit, and I feel like that sort of accurately represents sort of how the face chart looks. Yeah, really fun thing to do if you're ever bored and you want to sort of like expand your artistic creativity when it comes to makeup. Look up #FaceCharts on Instagram, and it's like the best thing ever. There's so many interesting artists. I'll leave definitely a link down below to the one that I sort of copied this from, and that particular artist has a ton of really, really cool face charts on their page, so be sure to check it out. So yeah, that is my first look in my face chart Friday. I do hope you guys sort of enjoy this. I'm not sure how long it'll last or whatever, but I'm enjoying it while it started, and we'll see how many face charts that I do over time. So yeah, if you guys like this, please let me know and I'll continue doing them, and until my next one, I will talk to all you soon. Bye!